The journey of the entrepreneur is a profound and a wonderful journey.
I didn't want to work for anyone else. I wanted to work for myself.
Hi, I'm Mike Caslin, your host for Veterans Playbook. I'm hearing a lot of assets from your military experience.
I initially started Battlefish to help other veterans, to help other people.
It's battle fishing good.
This is a series about veteran entrepreneurs driven by their passion and purpose to create peace and prosperity for themselves and their community.
We just grew 20% in the last probably 3 months.
You've been heroes, national security heroes.
I've been mortared, I've been shot at.
Now it's time for you to become economic heroes. We're going to be using the Entrepreneur's Playbook, written by Professor Len Green, member of the Babson Business Hall of Fame, philanthropist, author, and serial entrepreneur.
Find a problem out there, solve it.
We want to ignite your passion and your social entrepreneur within.
Everywhere I went, you could never find this style of pizza anywhere.
Most people see an abandoned building as just waste. We see it as an opportunity.
In this episode, we're going to be looking at a fantastic entrepreneur who is helping champions in and out of the ring. U.S. Navy, Annapolis graduate, Marine leader, and now changing and transforming an entire community here in Newark.
I thought it was gonna be like 2 people here.
Iron Mike Steadman.
For our viewers, all right, I need to make sure you're checking out the Transition Podcast. We've been creating a lot of amazing content.
So Mike, you start in East Texas. You're now in Newark. You got your own book going. You got multiple programs happening. Why do you do what you do?
Part of it, selfishly, is I just want to enjoy each day, however long we have on this planet.
This card says that's a man that knows what he wants in life.
Been very fortunate to go to a place like the Naval Academy, serve my country as an officer in the military, and then successfully transition out and start my own business, go to grad school. So I've had a chance to have a lot of positive things happen in my life, and I just want to make sure that I am creating a pathway and building bridges that allow other people to have the same opportunity. And when you go to an environment like the Academy that preaches service before self, basically the foundation there was already built.
For a lot of folks, you got it all together. Like it's cool, like you just showed up here, but there had to be a journey.
So it really goes back to growing up in East Texas, raised by my mom, Willeen Steadman, single parent home. She always wanted what was best for me. My best friend was a guy named Jason McKinley. Senior year, Jason's like, I'm going to the military. He was joining the Army. So naturally, I was like, oh, I want to go to the military.
Yes. Yeah.
And my mom was like, wait, I want you to go to college. And then I'll never forget, I was in English class, sophomore year, and this guy got in front of me. His name was Travis Comar, and he said he was going to go to this place called the Naval Academy, become a Navy SEAL. I was like, what's the Naval Academy? And he showed me the brochure, and then I was like, I want to go to Naval Academy. People are looking at me like I'm crazy, like the Naval Academy. So end up going to prep school, Newport, Rhode Island, earn the necessary grades to earn my official appointment to the Naval Academy. And freshman year, they make you pick a sport. And a friend of mine from the prep school, he said, hey Mike, you should come out for boxing and give it a try. The fact that people boxed like it was pickup basketball blew my mind.
Yeah.
So it's so foreign to me, but the fact that people can get in this ring and dominate it, I was like, I want that. I want to be a boxer. But my sophomore year, my mom suffered a stroke. But I made a decision. I said, you know what? We had went through too much. I was like, I didn't come here to quit. So literally with my mom in a coma, I left Texas and came back to the Naval.
In honor of her.
I went on to win 3 national championships, 2 most valuable boxers. After I deployed to Afghanistan, Japan, and the Philippines as an infantry officer, the 1st Battalion, 8th Marines, I completed my 5 years, and I started saying, okay, what's the next move, right? I felt confident to bet on myself and pursue what was important to me. And so I burned the ships, moved to Newark, Took a job at working at St. Benedict's Prep. So I lived in a giant house with 70 teenage boys. I pushed the tables and chairs out the way, and we trained there. You don't want to hit it down, you want to hit through it. So I'm going through it, you know what I'm saying? Eventually, I approached the city of Newark and said, hey, is there another space somewhere in the city where I could outfit into a free boxing gym? Got the thumbs up, and that became the Ironbound Boxing Academy.
Where do you see, this going? Where do you see the world or destiny pulling you?
So I think when you start a nonprofit or anything social, everyone is always like, we need this in Detroit, we need this in Baltimore, we need this all these different places. And as much as I would love to see that happen, I also want to make sure that we're staying true to Newark. And one of the things I want to see in Newark is a reimagining of youth recreation to include entrepreneurship.
Cool.
And I envision building a co-working space and a boxing gym together under one roof called the Ironbound Courage Academy.
Active duty military, are you locked and loaded on your civilian life career plans? Military spouses, have you found a career that travels with you? Veterans, are you on a path of passion and purpose? The secret to your career success and happiness is all about fit. Learn how to customize your career to your powerfully unique talent, passion, purpose, and values. Control your own destiny by launching your own business. Order these books now on Amazon or visit veteransplaybook.com. Many entrepreneurs learn things the hard way. Increase your chances for business success. Len Green has over 40 years of experience advising thousands of winning entrepreneurs. He shares their inside secrets and proven strategies so you can learn it all before you launch your business. Based on his popular course at Babson College, the book reveals 18 down-to-earth principles and proven business tactics. Read the book and get online feedback from Len. Order today on Amazon or visit veteransplaybook.com.
So tell me about your journey and why you do this.
People ask me all the time, what's your why, right? For me, lately, it's been, how do I enjoy each and every day? I lost a frat brother, really close to me, and it just put a lot of things in perspective. Up until that point, right, really just trying to make it, right? Started my first venture, Ironbound Boxing. When me and Gary first moved in here, there was water on the floor. I think I've branded myself as a more socially driven entrepreneur. That's how people view me. But beyond that, when people see me doing different ventures, whether it's launching a media company, producing podcasts, or doing consulting services on the side around veteran entrepreneurship, it's all about the stuff that kind of fills me up. I just get energized by it.
So Mike, tell us about your book. Theoretically, all knowledge exists,
right?
But why did you have to create this?
One of the frustrations with me when I was first starting my entrepreneurial journey was, what's the path look like for somebody starting a free amateur boxing gym? Emphasize the word free. In a lot of the business literature I read, I didn't feel a sense of agency. I read probably over 350 plus business books. I can count on one hand the number of them written by Black entrepreneurs, period, let alone Black veteran entrepreneurs. And so my whole idea was, okay, I want to write a book that gives other Black veteran entrepreneurs like myself a sense of agency, so when they see it, they're like, God wrote this book for me. And so I decided to write Black veteran entrepreneur, validate your business model, build your brand, and step into greatness. And one of the themes I was playing on is, a lot of times people love the superheroes, right? We love Black Panther, Wakanda forever. But the sad part is, superheroes don't really exist, but the closest thing we have are veterans, first responders, teachers, socially driven people, but also Black veteran entrepreneurs. And when you live in an environment like Newark, New Jersey, right? You can't walk the streets of Newark and not feel a sense of obligation to people that look like you. All right, 10-second rest. And so I can't save the whole world, right? But what if I empower Black veteran entrepreneurs to go back to their communities, start successful businesses that not only impact other veterans, but impact the broader community, as a whole.
So we're here with Mike Steadman on one of his assets, the campus here, Rutgers University of Newark.
Lester Salmon also gave us nonprofit organization.
And Mike's not only studied here, but also leverages the resources, and that's another thing we want to encourage. Most entrepreneurs will see a problem, will see a solution, but sometimes feel constrained. They don't have everything under their control.
So one of the things that you learn as an entrepreneur is the importance of identifying a problem for your venture to solve. Newark's population was 90% Black and Latino. I think it was like 30% or so lived below the poverty line. And so with that in mind, you say, okay, well, we've got a lot of nice recreational facilities, you know, in like New York City. But what do we have like in a place like Newark? We got like our city recreational centers. And so what we felt was, okay, we want to offer boxing to the kids in this community. We don't want them to charge for it because, you know, when you live in an environment like this, over 50% of people's pay is going to cover rent.
Yeah.
And so that's where we felt like we were positioning Ironbound as a way to provide a solution to that so that these kids had access to high quality recreation at no cost. Now everybody's favorite, jump rope.
These are for students who not necessarily may be on varsity teams.
Correct.
And that there's a whole bunch of engagement that's critical for possibly, you know, those who are maybe not in all the blue chip categories.
Yeah, so we're not going for the sure bets. That's the thing. We like grabbing kids off the streets, pulling them in the gym.
There was a time where like I was just trying to find what's gonna make me happy.
I think a lot of kids that come to us are seeking something. Maybe they're seeking confidence. We're able to still let them feel that athlete experience, to feel that camaraderie from being on the team. And it's just cool, right? What's cooler than a boxing gym, you know, like an incubator space co-located together with graffiti on the wall and everything else.
What do these members, the students who come here, what's their top 3 joys out of this experience?
I think one, when you think about safe spaces in the city, a lot of kids will spend a lot of time inside playing games or other stuff because their parents don't want them, you know, out and about, right? In Newark.
Growing up in Newark, you meet a lot of interesting people, a lot of different backgrounds.
The people around here, they can be rude sometimes, but it toughens you up.
You meet a lot of people that are along the right path and a lot of people that try to make you more negative.
It just keeps the kids, you know, away from trouble, because I was a troubled dude back in the day and I wish I had a space like this.
And so I think we provide a sense of social interaction outside of school for a lot of kids that aren't playing on these varsity sports, which is super beneficial. They appreciate the community aspect.
You need a community of people that want to bring you up instead of taking you down. Like everybody here is nice, you come in, everybody shakes your hand. It pushes you to grow and learn. It makes you want to come back.
I just enjoy the family vibe, man. It's what I needed and it's what I have right now, so that's what I really enjoy about the gym.
To me, it feels like a family. Sometimes I don't always get that, and it's just the people who help me continue to drive and strive for more.
It's like a family to me. It means everything to me.
I think they appreciate the accountability. And then also, I think this is how they feel like they're working on themselves. They're kind of stepping off on that hero's journey.
There we go.
Mike, tell us about this entire complex, everything that feeds into making champions in the ring.
We're in the Ironbound Boxing Academy. Thankfully, through the city of Newark, we were able to get this wonderful space in the back of one of their recreation centers. And from the very beginning, my partners and I knew we wanted to make this a Newark gym.
Coming from tough circumstances is actually an asset, not a liability.
I wanted to lean into the Newark identity of grit and toughness. You know, we are the brick city. I have some of my favorite authors up there, some books. The Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison, Joseph Conrad. So it's some just kind of subliminal messages.
Camus,
Yeah, Mark Twain. We had another ring, but this ring was donated to us by Everlast Worldwide, the large distributor of boxing equipment globally. Every bag that's in here, I had an opportunity to personally hang. What's cool too is, you know, when we first opened, some of the community would come in here and train, right? And there was one guy in particular that was working at one of the local factories. I would let him come in here and train with us on Saturdays, right? He only trained like once a week. He donated these water bags to us. You know, again, when I talk about the impact we're able to make beyond just the kids we serve, it's a testament to that. All this equipment is donated, all the mats and everything. Honestly, a lot of the artwork was just to have kind of fun and bring the space to life. There's just no other gym like this.
Absolutely.
Especially with the way we brought in the graffiti.
Yes.
And when the kids are in here, oh man, the place is alive.
I like to call this my happy place. I feel at peace here.
It's the box like heaven. You gotta come over here and train like hell.
Nice.
Ironbound isn't just a piece of Newark, it's its own community.
The coaches made me feel welcome. They showed me discipline, and I need that a lot.
It's been challenging, but like learning and improving is like one of the best feelings.
It's an amazing feeling, man, just to have the kids looking up to me some type of way. It gives me the thrive to keep pushing.
What right now, before you've been prompted and before you've been poked, okay, would you say, I would consider myself a success if I did this in the next 5 years?
Sometimes I wonder if what is enough, right? So, I know very successful entrepreneurs, I know venture capitalists, angel investors, they have way more money than I have, and then they still say it's not enough, And so I think we always think of scaling as this vertical thing of you gotta have more employees, more money, etc. But even with my coaching business, I try to tell people what does it mean to scale your life? And for me, it's more about impact. And
impact is the word.
That's the word, it's impact.
Yeah, it's not money. And I don't think you could judge it by the amount of money I sold companies at. It's the impact I can make on other people. I think it's continually setting goals all the time, and it's not the amount of money. Now you can say, oh, that's easy because you made a lot of money, but it's not, okay? Money is just a way then that you can take some more time to think about other ways that you can help mankind. Okay, you're teaching these kids something that they didn't have a chance to do, and if they can suddenly feel comfortable, okay, boxing and in themselves, it gives them confidence. That confidence then bounces over into something else they're doing. Everybody needs confidence. The only way you get confidence is being taught a skill. You're doing that.
One of the reasons I like writing and podcasting is because it allows me to teach, right? And I think there's this old saying, the reason I like Lift As We Climb, because I think some people think that, oh, you make it, then you start lifting people up, but that's not what people remember. People remember the one that was constantly doing it the entire time. What are your thoughts on partnerships? So having a business with 4 other owners, including yourself, so 4 owners total.
Who's got the majority vote?
The CEO.
Good, as long as you have that, partnerships are fine. If it's 25, 25, 25, or 20, 20, 20, if you have 5, no good.
It can't be 25% each?
It can be, but then you lose control. You gotta have control. If 4 of them say they wanna go one way, and I say we gotta go another way, I have the only vote.
Gotcha.
And Len, maybe you could talk about, there's a lot of overnight successes you've had that have taken 7, 10, 15 years. And that counterintuitive balance of sticking with something when you're getting rocked, when you're getting racked, and everybody thinks you're an idiot for doing it, and you stick with it.
There's this vision that you have, okay, and as long as the vision is based upon some solid ideas and thoughts and you bounced it off other people. Let me just give you a quick example. Okay, take that cup for a second. Okay, this cup probably cost 12 cents to make. How do you enhance the value of that cup?
Make it reusable.
Reusable is one. Good.
Maybe do something with maybe it can keep your coffee hot.
So you put a thermometer type in it so you can test to see how warm or how cold it is, or throw a switch that changes the coil of it. Therefore, you've made something into a specialty item. If I had you sign it, okay, therefore it will be worth more to somebody. You have an image that you're projecting, okay? So therefore, once you get your image out there more, okay, and more publicity for you and more stories about you, so more people, when they see your name, suddenly don't remember that you're just a fighter, but you're a fighter and you're giving back to the community. That will make more people interested in being involved in what you're doing. So your image is a very, very important part of what you have. It's not just 3 companies, it's 3 companies and your image.
So Mike, we know so far you've gotten through COVID with this amazing concept. It's working, it's happening. How has the veteran community stood with you? How much more can they stand with you and others stand with you? And how does it happen? How does it work?
There would be no Ironbound boxing if it wasn't for the veteran community. Boxing is a poor man's sport. It's found in inner city communities all across the country, but the veteran community understands honor, courage, commitment. They understand grit and toughness, and so they've really rallied behind what we're doing in Newark and support us.
We have, in essence, the opportunity to help our heroes that have defended our freedom and national security become our heroes of economic life to sustain our communities.
Here's my ask to those of you watching. There's a lot of causes out there that you can donate to, but this is one that's going to make impact well beyond your years. The Ironbound Courage Academy is an opportunity to bring innovation to the heart of inner city for a demographic of young men and women that don't have a lot of opportunity. And we need to raise $1.5 million to make this happen, building a world-class amateur boxing gym and a small business incubator space co-located together under one roof, instilling the values of courage into today's youth. Please visit ironboundboxing.org and make a donation.
So, we've just completed our Heroes Cafe, where the heroes of tomorrow meet our heroes of today. We want to thank Len Green for Veterans and Military Family and Active Duty. We want to thank Iron Mike for making the time to be with us, to be with the community, to be with our country, to give hope, and for the future, where veterans can transfer their national heroism into economic heroism, where they can achieve more passion and purpose for a greater peace and prosperity in communities across the country. And that is so wonderful that you can serve as the North Star for so many.